Welcome back, friend, and welcome to all new subscribers on the channel. I appreciate you all very much. The likes, the comments, the shares, etc. I really appreciate it. You guys don't know how much it means to me to have you guys here and following along. Today, my wife is inside cleaning the house a little bit while we're on lockdown here in Pennsylvania, and I thought it'd be a great time to come out to the shop, take a look at the new powerdetect tools I purchased from Home Depot. They just got released like about a week ago, and I've been in the market to upgrade from the 18-volt line. So I thought we'd take a look at that today, as well as do a little bit of rearranging here in the shop for summer and to start producing more videos. This seems to be the time for many to spend a little bit of time organizing things, cleaning some things up, and just doing the stuff that you don't typically have the time to do on a day-to-day basis. Let's take a look at these tools. I haven't run them yet. I'm going to run them today, maybe make a couple videos from some different projects that I have going on. Also, from my family to yours, I want to extend our prayers for health, safety, and your well-being during these tough times. And I encourage everyone to just kind of be a little bit more positive, maybe share a little bit more love with one another, and just be kind, friends. So let's get into it today. Let's take a look at some of this stuff, and then we're going to get some projects rolling. So for the last few years, I've pretty much been a Dewalt guy. I started off with like their 18-volt series, upgraded to the 18-volt XRP series, went to the 20-volt line of products. It's really taken me a while to acquire some of the tools that I have. During that time, I've made some tweaks and made some changes and have tried out some different tools, but I've really stuck with Dewalt as much as possible. I like their tools. They work well. I've never had a problem with warranty. They just seem to work. I have recently started using Milwaukee's M12 system, which I really enjoy. I decided that I wanted to get rid of some of my 18-volt tools and kind of get down to like one battery system, because I've been carrying around the 18-volt battery system, the M12 battery system, the 20-volt battery system, and it's just a lot of work, a lot of extra devices. Usually I try to buy 2 battery chargers, keep one plugged in at the shop or at home, and then one that goes in my kits or my storage totes for on the go. So the first 2 tools I decided to get recently in the powerdetect line was the 20-volt powerdetect angle grinder and the 20-volt powerdetect circular saw. The angle grinder I've been using is the DC411, still the 18-volt. It's worked really well for me. It's not the most powerful. It doesn't last that long, but for quick projects, it's a great go-to tool, or if you're mobile. Switched over to now the DCG415. This one here is a 4.5-inch wheel, and then this one here is a 5-inch wheel. I don't know what I did with the guard for this one, but I do have it somewhere. Anyway, that was one tool that I decided to upgrade, and then the circular saw. I went from the 18-volt circular saw, which also has some runtime issues, but it's worked well for me for the on-the-go quick jobs, and I haven't had a problem with it. This is a 6.5-inch wheel. The new one's a 7.25. The powerdetect tools, I believe in the circular saw, they say like 54% more runtime. I did buy these 2 in a kit. This kit came with the bag. You get the bag with it right here. You also get a charger. So I bought 2 kits because I wanted the 2 chargers and the batteries. So the 8 amp hour battery with the fast charger, 20-volt lithium-ion DCB 118. So I did get both kits, 2 bags, to carry these products in. And with the 8 amp hour, you're supposed to get like 54% more runtime. Now, I can tell you that some of the videos that I've seen so far, I've been pretty impressed. I did watch a couple things that came out, even what Dewalt was talking about before when they came out with these products, and I can see a difference. Even without using it, I could almost tell in the videos. I'm sure it's going to be an upgrade to this. I don't want to speak on my experience yet until I run them for a while, but I do think this is a pretty cool system. The next tool that I'm probably going to upgrade, since I just got done with these 2, is the 18-volt Sawzall. This one here is a DC385. It's been a great saw. I've used it. Most of my tools aren't too beat up. I do use them pretty heavily, so they get a little bit of abuse. But I try to keep all my stuff as nice as I can. I try not to beat it up too bad. This has been a great tool, but I do have an electric version of this, so I don't really need to replace this one right away. However, if I do sell all this stuff, this will probably be my next tool that I upgrade into the powerdetect series. Dude, what are you talking about? So what 3 days ago Nick doesn't realize is that the tools went on sale from Lowe's. I did buy them from Lowe's, not Home Depot. I think Lowe's has the first shot at selling them or something like that. So I did go out and pick up the 20-volt Sawzall because a friend of mine's buying all my 18-volt stuff. I was able to get the tools on a 10% discount from Lowe's. They have them on sale at Lowe's for like 3 or 4 days. So with the 10% between the two tools and what my buddy's buying my 18-volt line for, I was able to pick up the Sawzall. Let me show you that real quick as well. So here's the old Sawzall DC385 that I've used for a while. This thing has come in handy numerous times. It's been used for numerous projects. And let me show you the new one. This here is the new XR DCS368. As you can see, it's maybe about an inch or so longer than the old one. It's definitely much heavier, brushless, power detect tool. Like I said, this isn't a review. It's just to show you the tools. Thought I'd share them with you. We're getting rid of the 18-volt stuff now. And now we're down to 2 battery systems, the 20-volt line and the M12 line from Milwaukee. So while I was at Lowe's too, I also picked up a new saw blade so we could just do some rips through a 2x4, something to show you that as well. This way both saws have new blades on them and they're the same blade. So one's a 6.5 inch, one's 7.25. But I did do that. And I figured before we get rid of them, might as well give it to somebody with a brand new blade on it. So as far as the circular saw is concerned, the highlights of it would be 54% more power. I'm sure that's just with the power detect battery, 20 volt 8 amp hour. That's what comes with it. Maximum depth cut of 2 inches 9/16 at 90 degrees and a depth cut of 2 inches at 45 degrees. Electric brake to stop the wheel from spinning after the trigger's released, and an integrated LED, which you can see here. So you can see, which is a nice upgrade from the 18-volt version. And it also has this nice little rafter hook to hang your saw if you need to. So that's pretty cool. I think it's going to work really well. I'm pretty sure I'm going to see a lot more power out of this one in comparison to the 18-volt. You guys tell me what your experience has been if you guys are running this saw. So we'll hope the circular saw does the job. Hopefully we see a difference. Going to run that with some projects today. Also going to run the grinder. By the way, the circular saw is 7.9 pounds, it says, if that matters to you guys. The kit comes with the circular saw, the charger, the blade change wrench, the 20-volt max XR lithium-ion 8 amp hour battery, the saw blade, and the kit bag. I'll tell you a little bit about the grinder. Let me get some of the notes here. 20 volts, 1350 max watt output. It has a 5-inch wheel versus the 4-inch wheel, 5-inch guard. I do think they upgraded the handle a little bit in the product. I do think they said that it runs like 40% more power or 40% more runtime in comparison to the model, the 20 volt, the original 20 volt model. I only have the 18 volt, so that's all I can speak on. I think it's going to be a big jump in comparison though from the 18 volt. 9,000 RPMs, paddle switch, and you can hear the power. So the brake does stop it at the end. We'll run this one as well. That's a pretty quick stop on that. It should work well as far as the 18 volts concerned. There's not much brake on that one. And then let me swap batteries here. Pretty quick. So the first thing I bought was this board here that we're going to make a shelf out of. Tighten that down. Sweet. Alright, I got a 2x4 set up. We'll rip through a 2x4 real fast. Show you a couple cuts with the power detect circular saw. Then I'll show you a couple with the 18 volt, even though the 18 volt doesn't have the probably the best saw blade on it. It's not brand new. This is nice. This thing definitely has the power. Alright, so we'll show you the 18 volt as well. I think this one's louder, to be honest with you. I think they've quieted those up. That one definitely has the power. This blade probably needs replaced. But we'll try this, see what happens. Definitely louder. Definitely louder, and you can really feel a power difference. Like I said, this blade isn't the best. Probably a cleaner cut too. But it works. I mean, it's got the job done for me for a long time, aside from my powered one. That just gives you a difference. Let me do a side by side. We'll do it quick here. Should give you an idea. I'm going to save this board for some shelves. We're going to put some shelves up over here. Fully charged batteries, 6.5 inch, 7 1/4 inch 24T. Blades, new blade on the 18 volt. I'll show you that real quick. I'm left-handed, so it's kind of tough to see, but I'll try to do my best. He just doesn't, I mean, I don't know. You guys tell me. Alright, so that's a 6.5 inch. Now let's do the new saw. You can hear the power difference. So there you go. Alright, so it's starting to rain out, running out of steam. It's like 11 o'clock at night, but I'm going to clean up this piece of plate for another project. It's 3/16, I'm guessing, thickness, so it's a pretty thick piece of plate. I'm going to clean it up a little bit. I'm going to cut 2 inches off of this. We're going to test the grinder. We'll use the old grinder a little bit. Maybe we'll break out the 11 amp Hercules. So let's just see how this works. Really nice release here. Simple to unscrew. I'll tell you what, this thing's sweet. I haven't used a bar battery yet. I am digging it so far.
had to knock off some welding spalls. This is going to be our top. Clean this side up a little bit. Get a lot of dust in here, so I have to open the garage up a little bit. Wow, this thing is working really well. Alright, top feels good. We're still at 3 bars. That'll be close enough. 2 inches on each side. I should have the guard on this, but I'm putting some pressure down on this too right now. This thing seems to really freaking rip. Alright, so I was using the 5-inch Diablo metal cutoff wheel with the diamond rim. We're going to use that again. Let's just try a regular abrasive cutoff wheel, see how that works. I've been putting pressure on this and haven't seemed to have a problem, so. And I can tell you that the old 18 volt did not cut like this. Let's see how this works. cuts like freaking butter. Tell you what, we're down to 2 bars still. I think we're gonna get this cut off with just one battery. Wow. 1 bar left. You can see now, just with that little bit of usage, I don't know if you can see this or not. So we're down to 1 bar, but if you look at the screen on this, you can see this one's not as dusty. My hand was probably over it. And look at that one. That one's pretty dusty so far, but it looks like you can take the screw out, clean that. Just blow it out there. Try to keep that screen clean so it can breathe. But other than that, this thing's working pretty well. Now I cut like 1/4 of it with the Diablo diamond bit and about 3/4 of it with the regular abrasive. And you can see that's about how much I used. Hopefully you can see that. You get a little bit more on the 5-inch. So that just gives you an idea. That's pretty sweet though. Let me clean this edge up a little bit. I'll tell you what, so far, I haven't even used the battery yet, which is nice. Perfect. All right. I really think too, on the 18 volt, I don't know, you can feel a difference when you press on the 18 volt. You can definitely feel a difference. I think you can almost hear a difference. And this battery's about dead. Well, we had a casualty. Dropped my lens, my favorite lens for the Canon camera. Sigma 16mm f1.4. That's $400 down the drain. Unfreaking real. Anyway, let me just do a couple cuts with the Sawzall. So what are you going to do? Dewalt 18 volt DC 385 Sawzall. There's the 18 volt brand new blade. Swap the blade out real fast. Alright, so we're going to swap over to the brushless 20 volt XR power detect Sawzall. Reciprocating saw, whatever you want to call it. Throw this blade in there. Grab a battery. It is nice they added a light to the front of it. That could come in handy for some use cases. Alright, once again with the 18 volt. Between the two, you can hear a difference. Definitely, seems like there might be a shorter stroke on that one, but I can't really tell. No, definitely that one's faster. Definitely that one's faster. Same blade. Give you guys a little comparison. Man, I'm really bummed out about that lens. Unreal. Not much you can do about that. So in time, I'm sure we're going to use these tools a lot more. I'm always doing projects. Like I said, not a full review. Just kind of like a DIY guy. I think these are going to work out really well. It'll be an upgrade. We'll have them for years to come. You'll see them in different videos. And if you have any questions as I move forward, or if you want to ping me later on and say, hey, how are those working out? I'd be more than happy to respond to you. All right, guys. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm beat. It's like midnight right now. Maybe a little bit later. It was fun to run these things today, test out some stuff. I'm really glad that I got the shed straightened out and I have a lot more room to work now. This has been a great day to just get a few things accomplished. As far as the power detect tools, I can tell you there's a big difference between the 18 and the 20 volt in the grinder, and then the 18 and the 20 volt in the circular saw. Other than that, we're going to put these through their paces. I'll probably follow up with a review down the road. I appreciate all you guys that watched. Like, subscribe, share, do all that kind of stuff if you can. And we'll see you in the next Pixel. Thank you.